Hello dear students. So in today's class we are going to discuss about Fraunhofer diffraction at a single slit. So before going to this concept, what is meant by diffraction? Diffraction is nothing but bending of light when the light is incident on the edges of the obstruction. So in generally we can say diffraction is nothing but bending of light. So in this Fraunhofer diffraction at a single slit, let a monochromatic light of wavelength lambda is incident normally on this slit AB. Okay, the width of the slit AB is small a. Clear? So let a monochromatic light of wavelength lambda is incident normally on this slit AB of width small a. According to Huygens principle, we know that each point on this slit AB produces the secondary wavelength in all directions. Clear? Now, here this point A and B to reach point O. It means let X Y be the screen. Here the point O we have. If I take this AO and BO, the phase difference is same and the path difference is 0. Clear? The secondary wavelength to reach the point O from A and B, the phase difference is same and the path difference is 0. Clear? Now, here again we consider the secondary wavelength. So the secondary wavelength makes an angle theta, to the normal to focus on the point P. It means that when the light ray travels or reaches the point P, it makes an angle theta to this normal. So this is normal. Actually, light ray traveling in this direction, it makes an angle theta. Clear? Now, if I want to find the path difference between this A and B to reach the point P, so we have to draw AG perpendicular to BP. Clear? Now, here the path difference we are representing symbol delta is equal to, here my path difference is this BG. We have to find BG. Correct? So now you consider this triangle BAG. BAG. What is sin theta is equal to? We know that sin theta is equal to opposite by hypotenuse. Correct? Look here. This is theta. For this is my opposite. This is my adjacent and this is my hypotenuse. Opposite is what? BG. The hypotenuse is AB. Clear? Now here I want BG. BG is nothing but path difference. So BG is equal to AB sin theta. Clear? Or if we can recognize AB is nothing but what? AB is nothing but small a. So this becomes A sin theta. So I will call this equation number 1. Now the corresponding phase difference. The corresponding phase difference is given by 2 pi by lambda into A sin theta. So this is phase difference. So I will call this equation number 2. Clear? Till here? Now here I have a slit A B. Now I will divide that split AB into n number of parts. Okay, I will divide that split AB into n number of parts. In that each part, the amplitude of each part is R. Clear? I am dividing the split AB into n number of parts. In that each part has an amplitude R. At that case, now I will write, I am dividing one split into n number of splits. So I will call this is total phase is equal to 1 by n into this phase difference, 2 pi by lambda into a sin theta. So I will call this is equation number 3. Clear? Now if I want to take, if I take the resultant amplitude at this point P due to this secondary wavelets is given by, so once again I am explaining. So the resultant amplitude at this point P due to secondary wavelets is given by the amplitude R is equal to R into sin n pi by 2 divided by sin pi by 2. So here capital R is the resultant amplitude and this small r is the amplitude of each part into sin n pi by 2 divided by sin pi by 2. Now substitute pi value. So where is it? Yeah, I will call this complete term as pi. So pi is equal to 1 by n into 2 pi by lambda into a sin theta as well as pi. Okay, now substitute this pi value in this equation. So this equation becomes r is equal to r into sin, I will write n by 2 as it is. What is pi? Pi is nothing but 1 by n into 2 pi by lambda into a sin theta divided by sin, write 1 by 2 into what is pi? Pi is nothing but 1 by n into 2 pi by lambda into a sin theta. Okay, in this equation I just replace this pi value. Okay, sin n by 2 as it is, pi is nothing but 1 by n into 2 pi by lambda into a sin theta divided by sin, I will write this 1 by 2 as it is, pi is nothing but 1 by n into 2 pi by lambda into a sin theta. Here these two gets cancelled, n and n gets cancelled. Here these 2 and 2 gets cancelled. So I left out with here I left out with r is equal to r sin. Here I left out with pi a sin theta divided by lambda divided by sin pi a sin theta divided by n lambda. Clear? Now I will write this equation as r is equal to r into sin alpha divided by sin alpha by n, where alpha is equal to pi a sin theta divided by lambda. Here, yeah, in previous cases we have taken if theta is very small, so sin theta we can take as theta. So same like here also, alpha by n is very small, so we can write sin alpha by n is approximately equal to alpha by n. So this equation becomes r is equal to r into sin alpha divided by sin alpha by n n. So this equation becomes r is equal to, when I take this to numerator, this becomes n r divided by sin alpha by alpha. So this can be written as r is equal to a into sin alpha by alpha. So it becomes, this is equation number 5. No need. Okay. So here where a is equal to n times r. Here a is also again amplitude. Now if I want to find the resultant intensity or intensity at this point P, intensity at point P is equal to square of the amplitude. So intensity is equal to square of P. Here r is my resultant amplitude. So r square. R square is nothing but, what is my r? R is nothing but a into sin alpha by alpha whole square. So intensity I is equal to a square into sin alpha by alpha whole square. I will keep as it is. Now here this can be written as I is equal to I naught sin alpha by alpha whole square. Here I naught is nothing but maximum intensity only when theta is equal to 0. This theta is equal to 0, it means that you will get the central maximum or principal maximum. Okay. So the next is, so the maximum and minimum intensity at P can be found by differentiating this equation with respect to alpha and equating to 0. Now I will have the equation number star. Now if I want to find the maxima and minima at minimum intensity at point P, so we have to differentiate equation star with respect to alpha and equating to 0. So when I differentiate this equation, so this is equation number star. So when I differentiate that equation with respect to alpha, LHS becomes di by d alpha. See, this is a square is constant and right as it is. Now this is in the form of, or else this can be written as, which implies a square into sin square alpha by alpha square. We can write like that also. Now if I differentiate this, a square is constant and right as it is. So if I differentiate sin square alpha by alpha square, so if I have u by big form, at the time denominator square into denominator d by dx of numerator minus numerator into d by dx of denominator. Correct. So do the same thing for the equation number star. So denominator square in the sense alpha square square alpha over 4. So first numerator into differentiation of, sorry, first denominator into differentiation of numerator is sin square alpha is nothing but 2 sin alpha into differentiation of sin alpha is cos alpha minus numerator sin square alpha into differentiation of denominator is 2 alpha. Clear? Now here I will take, I write LHS as this should be equal to 0. We have to equate to 0. So now I will write d by d alpha as it is. This is equal to a square. In this I will take alpha to alpha sin alpha common. 2 alpha sin alpha in numerator common. In denominator I will take alpha square alpha out. Alpha as a common. So alpha square common. So I left out it. Here I have taken 2 alpha sin alpha common. So remaining is alpha cos alpha minus. Here again I have taken 2 alpha sin alpha common. So I left out with sin alpha divided by alpha square. So this is equal to 0. Now alpha gets cancelled. So di by d alpha is equal to a square into 2 sin alpha by alpha into alpha cos alpha minus sin alpha by alpha square. This should be equal to 0 because we are equating this differential equation to 0. Now here I will equate, see, a square is constant, 2 is constant, so I will equate this sin alpha by alpha is equal to 0 or alpha cos alpha minus sin alpha divided by alpha square is equal to 0. Alpha cos alpha minus sin alpha divided by alpha square is equal to 0. So this can be written as sin alpha is equal to 0 because this alpha goes to RHS side. Alpha into anything is alpha into 0 is 0. Similarly here alpha cos alpha minus sin alpha, when this alpha square goes to RHS, alpha square into 0 is 0. So this can be written as alpha cos alpha is equal to sin alpha. So alpha is equal to sin alpha by cos alpha. So alpha is equal to tan alpha. So we will call this entire equation as equation A. We need this. So the next we will discuss about principal maximum, minimum intensity position and maximum intensity position. It means that when we will get principal maxima, when we will get the minimum intensity positions, where exactly or when we will get the minimum intensity positions. We will go one by one. In that the first one is principal maxima. So the principal maxima we can get by only when theta is equal to 0. Theta is equal to 0, it means the secondary wavelets or the secondary wavelets reach or travel through normally. It means that when the secondary wavelets travel in a normal direction, it reaches the position O. It means that the secondary wavelets interfering constructively. When it is interfering constructively, it means that the amplitude will increase. So the intensity is directly, amplitude increases nothing but the intensity is directly proportional to amplitude square. Already we discussed that. So this position is called as principal maximum. So I will explain once again. So we will get the principal maximum or the maximum intensity only when the intensity is directly proportional to amplitude square. When the intensity is directly proportional to amplitude or equal to amplitude square, only when theta is equal to 0. Theta is equal to 0 is nothing but this angle is equal to 0. When theta is equal to 0, it means that the secondary wavelet is traveled through a slit normally or traveled normally to the slit. In the sense, when it is traveled normally through the slit, it is interfering constructively. We get the maximum intensity at this position O. So that point is called as principal maximum. Clear? So the next one is minimum intensity position. So the minimum intensity positions we can get only when sin alpha is equal to 0. Exactly when we will get sin alpha is equal to 0, when the value of alpha is equal to pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi, like that. For example, sin 180, 0. So here we can take plus or minus 4. Plus or minus. So sin 180 is 0. So again sin alpha is 0 is nothing but we will get the minimum intensity position. Sin 360 is also 0. Like that. Now look at this diagram B. Here I am plotting this is the intensity. So this is my central maximum or principal maximum, and that maximum, central maximum, either side we are getting secondary maximum and minimum. See, so this is secondary maximum, so this is secondary minimum. At this position pi. Again this is secondary maximum, secondary minimum, secondary maximum, secondary minimum, like that. See, these are the maximum and minimum which is placed on either side of the central or principal maximum. So when we get minimum intensity positions only when sin alpha is equal to 0. The values of alpha which satisfy sin alpha is equal to 0 is plus or minus pi by 2, plus or minus 2 pi by 2, plus or minus 3 pi by 2. So next the maximum intensity position. So these are the maximum intensity. So these are the minimum intensity positions. Now if I plot y is equal to alpha and y is equal to tan alpha, what happens? Let me explain. So the next one is maximum intensity positions. So we will get maximum intensity position only when y is equal to tan alpha. Okay, if I take a graph of y is equal to tan alpha, we get like this. This is the standard one. So again, if I plot y is equal to alpha on this graph only, or in this graph only. So y is equal to alpha is nothing but what? If y is equal to 1, alpha is also 1. If y is equal to 2, alpha is also 2. Now let me take 2 points. So here, so this is first I will take y is 0. So this is y axis and this is alpha. Y is 0, alpha is also 0. Similarly, I will take first positive terms. So here y is something and alpha is also something. Similarly, for this also we will take somewhere. Here. So when I plot this, it is going to this. So this is 0. Similarly, these are the negative points. So this is positive point. Now to take the point of intersection. So the point of intersection will be 0, comma plus or minus 3 pi by 2, comma plus or minus 5 pi by 2, so on. So in this graph we are not getting exactly. When you plot the same graph with using graph sheet, you will get exactly these values. So the point of intersection means that this point. When take corresponding we take like that. Okay, in this graph, actually in this board we are not getting exactly. When we are using graph sheet, when you do the same thing, we get the exact values. Now, so we are getting the point of intersection. And 0, 3 pi by 2 and 5 pi by 2. Now, here we know that in this derivation only we derive I is equal to resultant intensity is equal to resultant amplitude whole square, that is equal to a square into sin alpha by alpha whole square. We have taken again amplitude as I naught, this is the maximum. Right. Now, if alpha is 0, what happens? I is equal to a square into alpha 0 is, we will get a square. So intensity is equal to amplitude square is nothing but what? Already discussed. You get principal maximum. Now this is I naught. This is not I0 when alpha is equal to 0. I1 for first. So a square into sin alpha is equal to 3 pi by 2. 3 pi by 2 divided by alpha again 3 pi by 2. Solve this. We will get around a square by 22 or something. So this is first maximum. Similarly, I2 is equal to a square into sin 5 pi by 2 divided by 5 pi by 2. If I solve this, we get some value. So that is my second maximum, like that. Clear? It means that if I take a graph, this is intensity, we will get the central maxima here. So on either side, we are getting first maxima and secondary maximum and minimum. I hope you people clear this derivation. So next class we will come up with other concepts. Until then, take care.